You are up next, Claudia. Your question for Dr. George Delgado.
Thank you for being there, doctor. My question is more like in terms of if we need to educate parents about this situation that used to happen in my time when I was a teenager. I recall that some of my classmates have some hormonal ups and downs, and if I recall well, they were prescribed the pill to even for like acne control. I don't know if that's something that is current now. Is that something of concern at this point?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for the question. Is it all right that my doctor prescribed contraception? There are, in fact, concerns with this. I know this because Dr. Delgado has talked about it before. Dr. Delgado, can you kind of review for us what the ethics of this are?
Sure. These are the so-called non-contraceptive effects of the birth control pill. And they are touted as a kind of a way to justify, and I think oftentimes that some physicians will use it as a way to get teenagers in particular on birth control pills when they're hesitant or their parents are hesitant. Now, there are risks with this from a medical standpoint. We now have a large number of articles that show that women who take hormonal contraception, particularly before a first-term pregnancy, have a higher risk of breast cancer. So that's a big concern there. There also is a concern that a young lady who otherwise would be abstinent, knowing in the back of her mind that she's on the hormonal contraception for some other reason, but knowing that she, quote, can't get pregnant, may no longer be chaste.
We're talking with Claudia in Colorado before we went to the break, asking about the ethics, really, of using birth control pills to help with hormonal health issues, especially in teenage girls. I had to interrupt you in the midst of the your answer, Dr. Delgado. I apologize for that, but go ahead and continue.
That's okay. The music can't wait. So, yes, getting back to that, so there are risks, including depression, weight gain, and other risks, less common risk of birth control pills. And there are some interesting studies done called sniff tests, where women were tested to see what kind of man they would be attracted to by smelling a T-shirt worn by different men. And they found that women were attracted to different men depending on whether or not they were on birth control pills or not. And so you can see the danger there, where if a woman is on birth control pills for, quote, non-contraceptive reasons, falls in love with a man, gets married, gets off the pill, and suddenly finds out she's no longer in love with him. So you could see the social, interpersonal problems that could lead to.
Yikes, yeah.
And so, and with all of this, for any of these conditions, including acne, we have much better treatments for them that don't have the side effects of hijacking the reproductive system. So I think when you look at it on balance, even if a woman is going to be completely abstinent, she's not married, that the burdens are going to outweigh the benefits because of all the things I've listed, and we have much better treatments for acne and for mood swings and other things. If there are mood swings and things consistent with premenstrual syndrome, then I would advise seeing a naprotechnology doctor who can use supplemental bioidentical progesterone and give it in the parts of the cycle when it's needed and not just hijack the reproductive system.
You missed the sniff test part. Well, Claudia, go ahead. Go ahead, doctor.
So the sniff test, they had women smell T-shirts that were worn by different men, and they found that women were attractive to different kind of men, whether they were on birth control pills or not. They also did similar tests like this where they showed pictures of men, and the women who were on birth control pills actually chose men who were less classically manly and more likely to choose men who are more effeminate. So women off birth control pills, in other words, chose strong men, while women on birth control pills did not choose men who were so strong. And those preferences would change when they went on or off the birth control pills, and you could see how that could really potentially damage a relationship.
Thanks very much, Claudia. I appreciate the call.